Okay, so we're gonna make this really cute Happy Holidays Nutcracker card. And then we've got the piece on the inside for you to write your sentiment. So we're gonna start by putting together our Nutcracker. So we'll put those off to the side, and then we've got lots of different layers for our Nutcracker here. And so you're gonna start with the blue layer is your base, and then we can go ahead and add the red layer on top of it. I'm just gonna put some glue on here. And there is a right and a wrong way. So you wanna make sure, you know, your pieces of the hair here are a little bit different on the different sides. So you wanna make sure you're layering these correctly. I'm just gonna add some glue and we'll get this part put on there. I like using liquid glue when I'm doing layering projects like this. That way you've got some time, you can wiggle things around to make it fit better. And then I'm just gonna pick this piece up. And I'm gonna start by just watching the edges and then the hat. Getting all those pieces nice and aligned. Okay, when you like that, go ahead and give it a good press. Make sure everything's on there really nice. All right, our next layer is going to be the brown, which is more just for the hair. And you can see that's it needs to go this direction, so those hair pieces are different. We'll go ahead and put glue on this side. I'm just gonna put a little dab of glue on this bottom piece there around that opening. Then I'm just gonna square up the top of the hat, and then everything else should line up nicely. And then you can always give these a little nudge to get everything to line up how you want it. Okay, next color is going to be the tan. Again, this goes on the head. It's just going to sit there. And even these parts of the hat you can see are slightly different. So again, you just want to make sure everything is going the same direction. I'm going to put that little bit of glue on that bottom piece around that opening. And then I'm just going to line that up. I apologize for all that background noise. It's been nice and quiet all day, and as soon as I go to record a video, there's all sorts of traffic. Oh, and it looks like I put the glue on the wrong side. Sure did. Well, most of that is going to get covered up. We'll go ahead and just put some glue here. Thankfully that glue is going to dry clear. And there's some other things I can do to kind of help hide all that glue when we're done. But I'm just going to keep moving forward. The hat's going to go on the top here. Let's go ahead and put that on. All right, that does not want to fit on there. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to finish decorating the body. I'm going to go ahead and put the boots on. So the boots are going to be slightly larger at the bottom than the legs. We'll get that one put on there. And then here's this one. Okay, and then looking at this one, you can see we've got you've got these pieces in the yellow that you need to put on before you put this beard on. So let's go ahead and do the yellow, and then we'll finish up the rest of him. So I'm going to actually start with this little black piece that's going to go here. There's right where that little indent is around his waist. You're going to have that nice black belt strip that goes on there. And it does have a correct way to go on. Even though it's right there on the center, you want to make sure that the edges are going to go the correct direction, coming in at the right spots. All right, and we can put this yellow piece across the brim of the hat. A little too much glue there. Okay, that looks good. All right, and then we'll go ahead and dress up his shirt. I like to start at the bottom with these to kind of see how much room I've got to space these out. So I'm going to start closest to the belt and work my way up. These ones are all the same size, so it doesn't matter the order. Okay, I like the way those look. And then I'm just gonna put some glue on these shoulders. And then right here at the wrist. And then I'm gonna use my pick-me-up tool for these. Find it a little bit easier to help me place some of these small pieces. I still wanna make sure I've got them flush on the edges. Okay, and then we've got these little tan pieces to put for the hands. Come on. And those will just sit flush right under those yellow pieces on the arm. All right, we are almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and put the teeth in, and they sit on the inside of the mouth here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue. This pick-me-up tool. It's not very sticky. Glue on there. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. Try to get that centered in there. And then there's a little bit of red still showing underneath that. So that looks good. This needs okay, we'll put a little dab of glue on this one as well. Trying not to overdo it with the glue. Okay, and then this one's gonna go on the top. These teeth are gonna overlap a bit. You just wanna get them lined up nicely. Again, you're gonna have that little bit at the top. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then we can go ahead and put a little bit of glue here. I'm going to go ahead and put on the mustache. I'm sorry, the beard. Let's put up. Put the beard on there. That goes right on that little piece left under the mouth. And then now let's go ahead and do the mustache. Just gonna put a little glue on these circle ends. And then a little dot in the middle. And then I'm just gonna line this up to try to center it on top of his mouth without dropping it everywhere. Okay, I think that looks good. And then next will be his little nose piece. Just put a little glue on there. You may decide to pop dot this nose to make it kind of stand up since it's the same color as the rest of this face. You can certainly do that. I'm just gluing mine down flat. And then just trying to get it centered there in the mustache. And then all we have left are the eyes. So I'm just gonna put a dot of glue on either side of that nose, and then we'll drop the eyes on there. So the eyes have the white piece, and I'm just trying to line those up. And then we've got a little black piece to go in the center. Way too much glue. Okay, so our little Nutcracker man is done. So now all we have to do is layer everything up, and I'm gonna start by layering him on my card base. And so we're just gonna flip this over. We'll go ahead and just put some glue on here. So when I layer him on, I'm looking at the word happy, and it's got to be pretty close to the top here, and those feet are going to be pretty well right onto that, right above the word happy. Get that on there. We'll give him a good press. Okay, that looks great. And then we've got our card base here. We've got the score line. I'm just gonna go ahead and fold on that. All right, and then we'll flip this one over and put some glue on here, and this is gonna go centered on your card on the front. So I am gonna put just a little bit of glue on these pieces here between the letters to make sure those tack down. So I'm just trying to be mindful of where I'm putting that glue. I don't want it too close to the edge, but I also don't want any of this to come up. Okay. And you know, if you wanted to use tape runner on the rest of this, you certainly could. I like to use the liquid glue so I can really get things nice and straight when I put it on the front of my card. So I'm just gonna line up that top, try to get that nice and straight. And then I'll press everything down. Just lightly tapping these pieces here. If anything needs some extra glue, we could certainly paint some in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like we need a touch of glue up under the here. I don't have any scraps with me, so I am just going to try to lift this piece up. And put a little touch of glue under there. There. Okay, that is the card front. We'll go ahead and open it up. And this white piece goes for the inside. This is where you'll write your message. Again, I'm just going to flip that over, put some glue on there. This is another one. If you wanted to use tape runner, you certainly could. You can do a print and cut. You can write something out, stamp something. You know, you've got lots of options of how you want to do the inside of this card. And then I'm just going to get everything lined up. And when I like the way it's lined up, we can go ahead and just press that down. Okay, and there is our Nutcracker Slimline Christmas card.